الله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الله به الغمة وتركنا على المحجة البيضاء ليلها كنهارها لا يزيغ عنها إلا هالك. اللهم اجزه خير ما جزيت نبيا عن أمته. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الكلام كلام الله، وخير الهدي هدي نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة في الدين بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد, my brothers, as usual, I remind myself and remind you to fear Allah, to be righteous, to be pious wherever you are. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد, my brothers, the Muslim have some obligation towards his brothers in Islam. It is really a Sunnah, an authentic Sunnah, an obligatory Sunnah, that you offer your sorry, your condolences, your sympathy to your brothers. Whatever disaster happened to him, if he lost one of his loved ones, died, or he lost his money, any disaster, any misfortune could happen to your brother, you should tolerate to him, you should offer your sorry to him. In the case of death, we are supposed to offer, our condolences to my brothers. But there are some violation taking place in case of death. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever offer his condolences and his sympathy and his sorry to his brother who faced some disaster or misfortune, Allah will clothe you from the best cloth in Jannah. This is hadith, authentic hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari. So we as Muslims supposed to offer our sorry and condolences to our brothers in case of death or any misfortune or any disaster happened to him. But the problem, there are many violations or mistakes some of brothers in Islam, they do it. First of all, I want you to know, my brother, there is no any authentic evidence that 3 days about in case of death. Not in Quran, not in Hadith. There is no such 3 days. Many people, they stay 3 days waiting for people to give them their sorry or condolences. But there is no authentic Hadith about that, neither ayah in the Quran. offering your sorry or condolences to your brothers has no limit. You can offer to him after 6 months, after 1 month, after 1 year. There is no such 3 days. Absolutely, there is no evidence about 3 days. Absolutely. This is the one thing. The other thing, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Ja'far ibn Talib died, may Allah be pleased with him, radiallahu anhu, he addressed his speech to companions, his companions. He said, do or make or cook food for Ja'far family. He said only to Ja'far family. That's mean to his wife, to his mother, to his children. Only to his family. Do or food, or he said cook food or offer food to Ja'far family. That's all. What's happening nowadays for years, that we could not differentiate nowadays between wedding party and condolences occasion. You can see now people assigning certain time after Maghrib, and they bring so many chairs and so many lights, bulb lights. You don't know this is wedding or death occasion, and dinner and lunch for 3 days, offering coffee, tea, dates. What's going on? This is azar, this is condolences, this is actually any death occasion, or this is sorry, or this is grief. This is absolutely bid'ah, this is violation, this is innovation, absolutely. When you offer your sympathy or condolences to your brothers in the masjid when you came to make funeral prayer on him, that's enough. You don't have to go the next day again to his house. Rasulullah ﷺ, he said, who attended funeral prayer for any Muslim, Allah will reward him 1 qirat. Qirat is equal to Uhud mountain. You know Uhud mountain in Medina? It is 7.5 kilometers. The length of Uhud Jabal, the mountain of Uhud, is 7 kilo and a half. So almost about 5 miles. This is reward from Allah. And he says, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you attended his burial, when you attended his grave and you participate in burying him, you will have 2 qirat, not only 1 qirat, which is 2 mountains like Uhud. And maybe Allah will double it for you. And that's it. When you have done this, you don't have to go back again tomorrow to their house, after tomorrow. This is what's happening. And also, calling or inviting one person to recite Quran for 3 days is absolutely bid'ah. There is no such evidence in Quran or in Hadith that in case of death, one of my loved ones, I should hire somebody who memorizes Quran to come and sit every night for 3 nights and recite Quran. And the people who coming to offer their sorry or condolences, they should not give their condolences to the family of the one who died unless the Quran is over. They come and sit in the chair and they wait for the Quran to be on after he finished the Quran. Where you got this? Where you got this in this action? Where? Who said that? And the worst, when they hire women. Yes, my brother, there are some people, they hire women for money to come every night during these 3 days and sit with the woman and start shouting, crying, cutting their clothes, throwing some dust on their faces, on their hair, and yelling and shouting and saying, what can happen to us? Who gonna support us? We lost you so and so. and so on, etc., 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 etc. Every night they shout, every time they cry for money. What kind of, condolences is this? And this is the why, brother, I said, we have to follow the Sunnah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, مَا كَانَ لِمُؤْمِنٍ وَلَا مُؤْمِنَةٍ إِذَا قَضَى اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ أَمْرًا أَنْ يَكُونَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ مِنْ أَمْرِهِمْ. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands us and Rasulullah to do something, we have no choice except to accept and say, we believe, sam'an wa ta'ah. Rasulullah sallam, he said, stick to my sunnah. And whoever deny or reject my sunnah, he is not among Muslim. Rasulullah sallam said, stay away from bid'ah. And every bid'ah is dalala. And also he said, ittabi'u wa la tabtadi'u. Follow me. Don't invent something from your own mind. And this is what we have to suppose. This is what we suppose we have to do. To follow the Quran and Sunnah. Because azaa, condolences or offering your story, is ibadah. So ibadah is supposed to be according to Quran and Sunnah, not on my own, belief, up to my desire, whatever I think. My brothers, I advise you that you read about the Sunnah of condolences and sympathy according to Quran and Sunnah. أقول ما تسمعون وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا كما ينبغي لوجه ربنا وعظيم سلطانه. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد. Also, there are many, unfortunately, innovations. As I mentioned, there is many innovations and actually very absolutely wrong actions in case of death. Also, we have many innovations in the case of wedding. In case of the opposite. First of all, one of the worst thing in wedding, choosing wife not according to Quran and Sunnah. There are many people, when he fall in love with a lady, as a Muslim, I'm talking about Muslim, he cares less whether she is righteous, pious, or what he cares how beautiful she is. And I'm not saying this wrong, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, تنكح المرأة لأربع لمالها وحسبها ودينها. For Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, تنكح المرأة لجمالها ودينها وحسبها ونسبها ودينها فاظفر بذات الدين تربت يداك. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the woman will be asked or require, be by the man to marry her, maybe for the reason of her beauty or her wealth, she's rich, or her descent, family descent from special tribe. And then last thing, a man would marry a woman for her religion. So Rasulullah said, take the one, she is religious. عليك بذات الدين تربت يداك. You should really choose the one who is religious. She is very pious. She is very good Muslim. But it's no harm that to find 4 in 1. No problem. This is blessing from Allah if you found one. She's very religious and rich and beautiful and from a special tribe. No problem. But you should concentrate on her religion before anything else. This is the first mistake, that to marry one just because you love her, you don't care about her religion. And this is these cases taking place in society. Second innovation. Too much food in wedding. Spending too much food. Exaggerating. And, with men and with women. Too much food. People slaughter maybe 6, 7 camels, maybe 10 goats, 10 sheep, and maybe fish also. And maybe the people who are invited, the audience, maybe don't last more than 200. Who's gonna eat 6 camels? Just for the show off. Or what they say in America, to keep up with Joneses. To keep up with the Joneses. Not for the sake of Allah, just to show off. Same thing in the women. The mess maybe lasts about more than 40 to 60 meters, the mess. And all kinds of food. And maybe the women don't last more than 300 women. 300 women. I do 60 to 70 to 40 meters mess with all kinds of food. And the worst of the worst. When they mix women and men together in this wedding, it's absolutely, absolutely, absolutely haram. It is not tradition or customs we should follow. We should not follow traditions and customs. We should follow the Sunnah in our life. Rasulullah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Wedding is ibadah. So even wedding has to be according to Quran and Sunnah. How do you allow, you the man, whether the father or the mother or the groom or the bride, any one of them, mixing men and women together? Don't tell me we have used to do that. There is nothing called I used to do that. There is nothing called custom or tradition. There is something called according to Quran and Sunnah. How do you expect, you, the groom, that Allah will bless your wedding, will bless your marriage, and you have, unfortunately, make a major sin? In the beginning of your wedding, you have committed a sin, very bad sin. How do you expect Allah will bless you? How do you expect Allah will make your marriage successful? And you started your marriage with many mistakes, with many sins. Whether you or your bride, or the father of the bride, or the father of the groom. This is happening. Mixing women, dancing together. And the worst, they allow the groom to go and sit with women. They put him, certain place with 2 chairs, and here he is coming, sit next to his wife, facing all strangers, women. And my brothers, women, the guest, the woman, the guest, the woman, she never take care of her appearance and her beauty like when she goes to wedding. She doesn't do that for her husband in the house. Some women spend maybe 1,000 to 2,000 riyal just preparing going to that particular wedding. Buying a new dress, makeup, going to fix her hair, and in her house, for her husband, she just take a comb and just make her hair and dress, nightgown, and that's it. And maybe she, spray some perfume, and that's it. This is for her husband in the house. But when she go to wedding, she spent maybe 1,000, 2,000 riyal for her. And imagine that man, the stranger man, the groom, is sitting on a chair facing them. What is it? Don't you fear Allah? How do you mix men with women? And you want Allah to bless your wedding. So my brothers, we have really to pause and think Never ever say this is our custom, this is our tradition. This is not excuse. This is not excuse. Allah will not forgive you just because it is custom and tradition. You should please Allah, not please yourself and your guest. You should please Allah. Remember that one day you're going to leave this life. And Allah will judge you and punish you not only in the day of judgment, from the first day in your grave, from the first night in your grave. And also photographing the wedding, taking photographs, taking video of wedding, and spread it out. Astaghfirullah. My brothers, the topic is so long and the issue of this wedding is too long. I don't want really to just, continue talking, otherwise will take us 3, 5, 6 hours before we finish this subject. But I remind you to read. Please, brother, read. And now you have no excuse. Everything in Google. Just ask about the Sunnah in wedding, the Sunnah of condolences in Google, English and Arabic. You have no excuse, and you will find the Islamic way for offering condolences and the Islamic way of weddings. اللهم لا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا ولا مصيرنا. حبب إلينا الإيمان زينه في قلوبنا كره إلينا الكفر والفسوق والعصيان. اللهم يا رب فقهنا في الدين. اللهم فقهنا في الدين. اللهم اجعلنا يا رب العالمين صالحين مصلحين هاديين مهديين يا رب العالمين. اللهم اصلح أبناءنا وبناتنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اصلح أبناءنا وبناتنا يا رب العالمين. حبب إليهم الإيمان زينه في قلوبهم كره إليهم الكفر والفسوق والعصيان. اللهم اهد بناتنا يا رب اللهم حبب إليهن الحشمة والعفاف والنقاب. اللهم يا رب احميهن من الخروج للأسواق بالبخور والعطور والسفور والتبرج. اللهم احمنا من التبرج والسفور والخروج للأسواق بالبخور والعطور وحضور أماكن الفسق والفجور يا رب العالمين. اللهم من أراد أبنائنا وديننا وبناتنا وأبنائنا واجعل كيده في نحره. اللهم اكفني شره بما شئت. اللهم اكفني شره بما شئت. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أبرم لهذه الأمة أمر رشد يعز فيه أهل طاعتك ويهدى فيه أهل معصيتك ويؤمر بالمعروف وينهى عن المنكر يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وأقم الصلاة.